Hey everyone, KitaSean here, so welcome back to another Fake Grand Order video. So the first buff of the year, 2025, has officially come in. Now, this is going to go towards a welfare servant, Kiichi Hogen. Why Kiichi Hogen? Well, they actually released a batch of new welfare servants in the shop, which you can get right now. We'll be talking about those in a different video, but Kiichi Hogen is one of them, and that's really awesome. It's been a while since we've seen Kiichi Hogen, you know, in a story actually in FGO, so really hope she gets some, you know, some story time in future content. But Kiichi Hogen, assassin welfare, gets a buff. It's going to be for her second skill, and I mean, originally this second skill wasn't too amazing. I mean, it was solid, but it wasn't like, oh wow, this is like great, this is the best skill of the generation kind of thing. But it originally was just charge an ally's MP gauge 10 to 20%, and then absorption 100% to 200% for critical stars. So that was what it was. Now it adds on the extra 10% on the battery, which is great. I mean, 50% would be a little bit too much for a welfare in my opinion, but 30% now, which is great. So you can use her for sure as a support, which is actually really nice. And then not only that, she gets a 20 to 30% critical damage up for 3 turns to the party member. So this is actually really cool because you can again give these party members not only 30% MP, but you can give them absorption for critical stars as well as crit damage. And you know, 30% crit damage is actually really solid. I do think they could have upgraded the absorption a little bit more, maybe at least 100% more. 300% would have been nice. But other than that, I mean, I still think this is actually a pretty nice buff on Kiichi Hogen. Again, you can use her as a support, but I mean, you can always just put it on herself as well. I mean, nothing wrong there. But I do think that they could have done a little bit more on this buff, but hey, it is what it is. And I mean, just a buff on a welfare is always nice to see. I do hope they can buff the first skill a little bit more, maybe like some kind of, oh, not first skill, I mean third skill a little bit more, increase the party's attack up to 30% as well. Same thing with the MP rate. I think that would be good to 30% as well. And possibly some kind of like, you know, maybe add a guts, or possibly add in like a you know, get through invincibility or evade and such. That would be really nice to see. Maybe some more like gain crit stars. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, hopefully in the future they buff her even more. But for now, second skill, I mean, hey, they gave her you know what quicks need, critical damage, right? So that's really nice to see. And again, she's more of a support type than an attacking type, so yeah, I think this is actually a nice buff, and hopefully in the future they'll again buff her even more. But yeah, that's basically a quick little video on Kiichi Hogen's buff. Again, nothing too special. I wouldn't throw her like, you know, up on the tier list. I honestly think she stays where she is, to be super honest. But hey, again, hopefully they do something. But that was the first buff of the year. Nothing too crazy, but hey, it's a buff. And again, we'll talk about the welfare servants in a different video, which most likely will be releasing after this. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Laters.